Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. Let's see, Truck Dude, and then welcome. It's going great. We had a long day today. Waste Resources Garbage Truck. Welcome to it. I'm sorry for being tardy. We had it was a long day, crazy day actually. So I will get into it. First of all, I'm gonna show you guys exactly how crazy my day was. 1 second. So as you see, this was on my route. This was not me helping. So I did over 1,000 cans on my route today and two loads, but they were over the weight limits, unfortunately. But that's basically on that part. So what had happened is, yesterday we're going to talk about, before we get into our other news reports and conversations, let's talk about what happened last night. So what happened last night is we had the Citrus Heights City Council was meeting with staff and having the City Council meeting, regardless if they were going to look to possibly renegotiate with Republic or put it out for a bid for other competitors to bid. Now, let's start off with this. So, I'm pretty sure you guys are going to be aware of who this is. So, these boys were all inside the city council. This is out. We actually stepped outside. What up, D? Welcome to the chat. So, obviously, there's Kenny Trucks. These are the Citrus Heights guys. We went out there to support them. And 1 second, I'm going to get you guys another picture real quick. And that's going to be this picture that I took of us. But, forgive me on the light. So we got, we were all there. We didn't get out till about 10 o'clock yesterday night. And that contributed to me being, my boss had to call me and wake me up. I totally slept in my alarm. Yeah, I read it on myself. Also got a new update too for this transfer station. The EV chargers for the new supervisor trucks have been installed, and the EV chargers for the actual trucks that are going to be coming, are coming into point. So now, let's get into the actual weeds of what happened at Citrus Heights. So, we had people come in and make statements from us. Also, there were people from Atlas Disposal. We had Green Waste Recovery based out of San Jose was there. And then we also had somebody from, or our ex-GM, ironically, who works for FSC out in Placer County, but doesn't do hauling in this area, but they were there as well. But the community did come out, and a 9 to 10, it was a 9 to 10 in our favor from the community. The community's very, Republic does a lot for Citrus Heights, so that is something that they do in that point. So, they decided, after they were going back and forth. So, right. Yeah, you're planning to film tomorrow. If the weather conditions, are improving, then yeah, probably. But but let me get back to explaining what happened though. So, city council is made up of 3 council members, vice mayor, and mayor, so a total of 5. The vice mayor and 1 council member did want to send it out to bid. However, the mayor and the other 2 council members, one of the council members actually had the contract between Rancho Cordova and Atlas, and she read through it and everything else, and she was not impressed. So Atlas kind of felt silly there. They even had a member of the Rancho City Council there to basically, well, he didn't say he was for or against them going out to bid, but he was recommending that they shouldn't go out to bid. So, and so when it goes out to bid, so they elected, excuse me, I'm reading the chat here, and I'm also, so when it went to this point, the 2 city council members and the mayor asked the staff about what was the timeline. Well, any contract dispute would actually go, or any contract that would go out, you could still negotiate with Republic prior to sending it out a bid, and the bid would still be within tolerance of the timeline. So it was a 3-2 decision was made to start negotiating with us rather than sitting, and then instead just going straight out to bid, which gives Republic a chance to make their best offer. far as I'm concerned, that's what we wanted. We got what we wanted. But that was a long night, and a lot of people spoke. So that is the good news on that part is. And yeah. So got some other trash news. I heard something in Glinda. A front loader, Republic front loader, had its tailgate open and snagged some wires and pulled them down. Don't ask me how he did it. I saw the pictures. I can't share them because they are copyrighted inside of a Facebook chat or Facebook page that I can't share because I do not want to get kicked out of it. So there is that part too. And also Wednesday night we did see the aurora. Well, very tinted view of it, but it was visible here in the Sacramento area. So right now it's been raining pretty much all day today, so let's talk about weather real quick. This little atmospheric river that came in today, so far at my location, an inch and a quarter has fallen, and looks like the maximum wind gusts today were about 35 miles an hour at my location. Even though there was a wind advisory for winds of 40 to 50 miles an hour, it didn't really get as high as we were anticipating. So now, let's go take a look at our Doppler real quick. This is Radar Scope. It's like a $3 app. Trashman 702, sweet, yeah. So currently, right now, so this is an overlay. This little light green is thunderstorm potential. This darker green one is a precipitation discussion that's still in effect for basically isolated flash flooding. It's been raining all day, and it's kind of just water pooling. And looks like there are 2 warnings out for where, though. Looks like Australia. So there was a report earlier today that I did read about that there was maybe a tornado that touched down in the Fresno area. But as far as my understanding is that report seems to be false. That there was not a tornado, but there was a funnel cloud that people did see. So this is currently basically there's a low spinning off over here that's going to move down. I'm going to show you guys on the map here in a second. But the biggest concern is growing in the Los Angeles area, especially around the Palisades Fire burn scar and the I think it's Altolia burn scar. I think that's what it was called. The 2 fires that just devastated Los Angeles at the beginning of the year. That is our biggest concern at the moment due to rainfall, and it looks like mudslides and flash flooding is a significant concern with that. Right now, this looks to be dying, and it looks like we're going to see if everything keeps going. Well, they're going to see if everything. This should die out Monday. I'm trying to get this word. Forgive me, I'm really exhausted. This should be dying off later tonight until tomorrow, and then looks like we have another system coming in on over the weekend, and then again looks like off and on storms are coming in throughout the week. At least that's in Northern California. Southern California, I have not really spoke to. So let's start. Look at this. Let me get my system up here. All right, 1 second, y'all. So, okay, I got it up now. Let's get it up. So right now, this is where it's at. This was at basically. This is actually in the next 3 hours. So what we're watching here is this activity that actually goes and kind of congregates in Southern California. So the GFS actually is a further model, but as you see this coming in. So just to show you what we're looking at, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and zoom into to Southern California real quick, because this is what I'm seeing that's concerning me. And so you're seeing This is about Sunday at 7 a.m. So there's over 3 inches of rain in Los Angeles. And that's just from this model. Other models are calling for even larger rainfall and other activity that's basically concerning, especially for those that are living in that area that are also, especially around the Palisades Burns Car, because that means a lot of water is on it. There's no vegetation or anything to hold it up, so there will be mudslides and there will definitely be flash flooding in those areas. Same thing with the Alatolia and other burns cars that are actually surrounding Los Angeles. So it looks like the Los Angeles area is going to experience probably another disaster if this becomes a reality. And that's basically the thing that I'm watching right now. I haven't seen anything in reports of any other weather activity. I think there's a marginal risk for the East Coast on Saturday. 1 second, yo. Yeah. So this is the Storm Prediction Center. They got a marginal risk for Virginia, looks like Pennsylvania, and Ohio for severe thunderstorms, but that's about it. What we got on that one right now. So that's basically our little weather roundup for today. Yeah. So I open the floor to you guys. Got any questions? The government is back open. The federal government is. Trump signed that last night, so the whole fiasco about everything is done for. And yeah, my truck worked all day. She worked like a champ and can't complain. So open the floor up to you guys. Got any questions, comments, concerns? Feel free to share real quick. And let's have a discussion before. Yeah. Probably going to call this around 8:30. So it's 7:53 right now. So got about 30 minutes. Because, again, like I said, I didn't go to bed till about after 11 o'clock last night. And my boss hadn't called me. I wouldn't have showed up to work today. What is this? Oh, yeah, I'm responding to something. Minnesota, yes, the truck did run an excellent day. And I'm back, y'all. Have you had a Karen complaining? And then you retract it. Having a Karen complaining, not really, but not recently at least. But I have had issues in the past with Karens. My coworker's dealing with some gangster turkeys, and they even scratched up her truck. Other than that, no issues today. Other than it was just heavy. Leaf season is here. Have you had a herring complaint? Yeah, I've had them. I've had somebody get upset because I left a tire print on the sidewalk because they put their can too close to the curb, and when I was turning to try to back up, I ended up leaving a footprint on the concrete. It's like, hey, my fault. You put your can right there. But it was so petty. It was like, so what I did is I just picked up a can, dumped it, and then put it right there in the street. away without even putting it on the concrete at all. Just yeah, we ain't doing that. Does green waste end for winter? No, we just get started. So I picked up over 1,000 cans on my route today. Leaves, you're here. You've been lacking. I haven't seen you the last couple of days. Where you been at? Let's see. We got any power outages going on right now? Ooh, we got some power outages to talk about. About 200 people in the Sacramento area are without power in the Fruit Ridge area. Let's see. Power occurred at 4:20 p.m. It should be back on by 10:25. Probably a tree or something fell on the lines. We have a couple of down trees today that it's good to hear about. So, let's see what PG&E has. That's worse than the news thing of the ABQ trucks backing into driveways in a small. Yeah. Hey, did anybody else see that video about a rear loader literally drove up on the sidewalk on a bunch of yards and threw both of his helpers off? Yeah, I saw that today. I don't know if it was AI or it was real. So if anybody else seen that video, please let me know. Have you had a person filming you? Yes, Sacramento Waste Trucks has filmed me. Citrus Heights Waste Trucks has filmed me. California Garbage Trucks has filmed me. Had a couple other people film me, but I don't know if they're actual handles. But yeah, I've had actually multiple people film me. Yeah. What's the video called? It was on Facebook in a one of the group Trashman groups. So I can't say what the video was, but I don't remember the name, but I saw it, and I kind of think it's AI because both the one handler literally, or one of the helpers on the left side of the truck fell off, went stumbling around towards the driveway, and the other helper jumped off and then went going up there, and the driver just kept on going. And the thing is the truck never left any impressions on the grass, and that's one thing about how heavy these trucks are. It should dig into the grass. Anything soft, it will dig into. And the fact that it didn't hit the trees that went around too and everything else, I feel that it was AI generated, but that's just my opinion. I mean, reality is always weirder than fiction because there's a certain things that you just don't know. If a tornado in 1990, the more EF5 or F5 tornado in 97 or 98, I think it was, May 3rd, picked up a baby and set it down without no injuries. So if that can happen, I mean, anything else can happen. Let's see. We gotta go on the ground news. And by the way, Gavin Newsom's ex-chief of staff has been arrested on campaign fraud charges of $225,000. Oh yeah, the BBC apologizes for Trump over speech audit or edit. Excuse me, I don't know why I said audit. Verizon is to cut 15,000 people jobs as it restructures. Trump signing funding bill ends everything else. Letter to Israeli president asking him to pardon Netanyahu. Have you ever hoppered a bin before? Yeah. Have you ever seen a tree in the green waste bin before? Minnesota, yes. I see them all the time, actually. Yeah, that's one thing people do. They just do it all the time. Throw trees in there, tree trunk, tree stumps, and everything else. Actually, I think I got a picture of one. Hold on. There's this one house that had them, but one moment. Let me see. I am looking. I should find it shortly. 3, 2, 1. I really gotta go through and delete this stuff. Oh, here we go. Found it. Minnesota, this is for you. So, as you can see, those are leaves. Those are tree trunks and stuff in it that were cut up from someone doing work on a tree. And have you ever hoppered a bin before? Yes, I've hoppered bins. There was one truck we had that was an auto reach that I was using up in Citrus Heights. I had a quota of 3 bins a day. I would hopper because the way the arm slammed up against the body, it just butterfingers whoop, right through. Took the mechanics a year to figure that out and how to fix it. Yeah, right. Did you take those bins or did you skip them? I dumped them. Why? Because they're just going to tell me to dump them anyway. And the ZR can push them back, so it's not a big deal. If I was in a wrapper rail, I would have left it behind. Let's see. Do I have anything else here? No, I do not. Oh yeah, leaves. This is for you. But yeah, we were out in the city council meeting last night, as you can see. We got Kenny trucks, and these are all citrus drivers. 1, 2, green waste, 2, recycle. Wrapper rail, Durapack wrapper rail. This ugly guy. And 1 second, I'll get up the other picture of us in a group. Picture that took, the light didn't help, but you can at least see it. So, relief driver, obviously that ugly guy. Recycle driver, roll off driver, green waste. So, out of the crew we had here, we had, which one is Kenny? That is him. That is Kenny Trucks. And yeah. And this is the vice mayor I was telling you guys about that was not in favor of negotiating with the Republic. She wanted to send it out to bid, even though timeline speaking is now that they decided to just go on negotiation with the Republic, there's a 60-day window of that. So once that happens, if they don't like what Republic offers, they can still go out to bid and they're not losing any time. So that's why they went with that. What do you have against him? I don't got nothing against him. He's a cool dude. Leaves. No, I got nothing against Kenny at all. Me and Kenny get along really well. In fact, we laugh at you guys a lot of times. Oh, leaves. I think I showed you this picture, but did you see that one of your truck was out for delivery? See, it's being towed to you right now, and we painted it in Recology for you, and we even threw on a pylon arm for you, python arm. Oh, speaking of pythons, I found this in one of our, yeah, I found one of these. Not Kenny, the other guy that was picked on. What guy was picked on? Who got picked on? Nobody gets picked on. Honestly, and the fact that that's a left-hand drive too is. But I'm gonna be honest though, that truck's mirrors, because I use the ZR version of that truck, works really good. Yeah. So. Oh, do I get a picture of that? Mr. Diamond, welcome, welcome. Well, still got a video for the cap. For the Mac body. Hold on. I am looking. I'm looking. Oh, let's I'm gonna show you guys this. This is from the painted desert out there in I think it was Southern California. We're right there along the Arizona border ish. I think it was Arizona, excuse me. It's obviously a desert, but it's a beautiful picture though that I took when I was out there. At 1 o'clock, I will be en route, Mr. Diamond. Unfortunately, yeah. We did over 1,000 cans today, everybody. So those of you just joined us, we're in the middle of heavy leaf season. So, and here is the evidence to prove it. Once I get back down to here. So this was my route, and I was done at 3:30. 1,020 cans. Normally, last week I had 812 on this Thursday route. So do the math. That's nearly That's over 200 more cans. And I did see this damage too from the storm. Basically this fence got blown over from the storm. Yeah. And that's basically. So this was the picture I was able to get of the aurora. As you can see, it's very visible right here. It may not show up on this on the video, but right here there's the pinkish tint, purplish tint that it was there. It was very visible. I mean, obviously we have light and everything else, so it's bad. Goddamn rain sucks. Oh, hello. Garbage trucks of California. Welcome. Since you just joined us, you're going to appreciate this. That was on my route today. No, didn't do anything else, but that was on my route today. Then I went and helped. So, yeah. Heavy. So, yep, basically it on the video, at least the picture wise. So, if you guys want to watch the city council meeting, we're at the end of it, but it's on the Citrus Heights YouTube page. I think of the city of Citrus Heights or the city of or the Citrus Heights City Council. Actually, let me find it real quick. Give me 1 second, y'all, and I'm gonna find it real quick. Not gonna watch it, of course, but I am gonna find it. All right, hold on. Ah, here it is. Citrus Heights City Council, November 12th, 25. All right. You know what? We're going to watch this because this is a city council meeting. Here we go. All right. I'm only going to talk about the people that we actually are, that actually did some speaking at it. But one second, y'all. One second, y'all. I'm going to bring it up real quick. Just give me 1 second. So they decided to do, to negotiate with the public directly first before they decide to go out to bid. So that's what they're doing right now. So it's looking good for us, but we'll see. We're going to talk about the people that were there, though. So now here's the proposal part. So this is the city council, and you guys are going to love what they have to say here. Yeah. And that can actually really differentiate your bills. So these guys basically were just being silly. So we're going to go ahead. Let me get over to the actual public speaking part because this is what we want to talk about. I'll fix that in a second. Let me get up to the... All right, hold on 1 second. There we go.
Appreciate if you could speed it along. Otherwise, we'll be here just an hour for public comment. So we want to
You
give
see the
everybody
time,
a chance
it's
to
8:30
speak,
at this
so
time.
do
This
your
is when they
best,
started
and
talking.
Let's go, Amy.
So you couldn't see me. I'm actually in the very
first
back.
public comment
watching
is
this.
Tim Reber, and then followed with Terrence McNamers.
So we're only going to look at the public comment section. Just to...
Hello, Tim Reiber with Green Waste Recovery, and I want to thank the mayor, vice mayor, and council for allowing me to speak. You know, Green Waste
Those
would
three guys
be
behind
an
them are
interested
Atlas.
participant in
Atlas,
the RFP process.
and then this is our
Providing
XGM.
essential services is key
That's one
to
of
a
our employees right
sustainable and
there.
vibrant community such as Citrus Heights. And we respect the fact that Republic's had the contract for over 20 years, but it's in the city's best interest to see what other options are out there. We are an innovator in the waste recycling and processing facility. Our MRF in San Jose is the 5th largest processing center in the country, as well as our C&D processing center in San Jose is also the 5th largest C&D processing center in the country. And we have a processing center here in
I
Sacramento
want to fact
County
check this guy.
that processes C&D recycling and has the capability for expansion to handle all types of waste and recyclable commodities. We service nearly 20 cities in Northern California, and we are Northern California based.
Yeah.
All of our decisions are based here
California,
in
right.
Northern California, in San Jose, and we are continuing to
San Jose's
expand
not
our
Northern California,
network
that's Bay Area.
with collection and processing
Don't let them hear you
facilities
say that.
throughout Northern California, and we would appreciate the opportunity to participate in the RFP. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for being brave.
Good evening. I'm Terrence McNamara.
this
I'm
is
the
voice
general
changer.
manager for Atlas Disposal in Sacramento. I've also got my CEO, Brian Waters, with me. We're a local waste service provider, and we, as was pointed out,
This is
provide
for the
residential
residential
service
collection
to many
services
multifamily
of Citrus Heights,
residences
which
in
is
Citrus Heights currently. We've been a part of this
for
community
Republic right now.
since our founding. Tonight, I encourage you to issue a request for proposals. An RFP is about good governance, and it ensures Residents are receiving the best possible service at the best possible value.
Again, they're biased
Waste
because they
hauling
want
is
the
one of your
contract to go out
largest
to
contracts,
bid,
as
just like we're
Councilmember
biased on
Schaefer
the point
pointed
of
out.
wanting to keep
And
the
as
contract
stewards of the
in-house.
taxpayer dollar, it's fair to test the market.
And they're also in Phoenix,
By
too.
opening up the process, you'll increase transparency. The public deserves
California.
confidence that this decision is being made fairly, competitively, and with accountability. As noted, the waste industry has changed. There are new innovations. The city should be in a position to
boys
take
way behind it.
advantage of those new innovations. And an RFP allows you to ask all the bidders, including your incumbent, to propose those things. Importantly, the RFP doesn't mean you have to switch providers. We've heard a lot of good things about Republic already tonight. If they're still your best fit, then they'll win the contract. But by going through the process, you will ensure that the decision is data-driven, competitive, and in the best interest of your constituents. In short, putting this out to bid protects the city, encourages innovation, and builds public trust. I urge you to direct staff to issue the RFP before the current agreement expires. We're a local company. We have local operations. We have a local executive team. Our customer service facility is in Rancho Cordova, and we would appreciate a chance to compete fairly for this business. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Real super biased.
Next is Elijah
Of course he is. He
Wilbur,
wants the
and then
contract.
following will be David Ingram. So then David Ingram.
Porsche Middleton, the council member on the right. You want to definitely watch her.
Good evening, and thanks for the opportunity
gonna
to
check
speak.
her out
My
in a
name is
minute.
David Ingram. I'm a co-founder of River City Waterway Alliance, which is an all-volunteer group that cleans up local waterways in the Sacramento region. We were launched in January 2023. Another co-founder, Lisa Sanchez, is here, along with one of our Arcade Creek stewards, Lilia Hogan,
Right.
who is our steward for
Now,
Citrus
I didn't know
Heights.
we were doing this. Listen
We
to this guy
have
quick.
removed over 3.4 million pounds of trash from local waterways just since we launched, and most of that in the creeks, a lot of it in Arcade Creek. And as we've worked our way up from Hagen Oaks up the Arcade Creek corridor, 7 contiguous miles, we reached Citrus Heights a couple years ago, and we started working into the Citrus Heights through Lilia's stewardship, working with Armando with General Services. We were looking for a community partner in the area because we didn't really have a great community partner, at least a private one, anywhere else in any of our other project areas, which include the American River Parkway, Steelhead Creek, the Sacramento River. And out of nowhere came Republic Services. And all of a sudden we had this amazing private partner right here in the community. Working with Megan, she is our liaison.
this guy in
She's
the back
provided
looks nervous. Look
full
at him.
support for us in over
He's very
6 or
nervous.
8
Look at him.
different cleanups. And so far we've removed
Sand movements.
almost 50,000
Yeah.
pounds of trash from Arcade Creek just in Citrus Heights. And Republic Services has been a sponsor and a promoter of about 6 or 8 of those, as I mentioned. And we've removed about 20,000 pounds of trash working with them. They provide a dumpster for us. And not only that, they don't just show up for a photo op. They actually bring a team of people that get in the creek with us with shovels and remove stuff from the creek. And it's unheard of. We haven't had a private partner like that before.
Right.
So I'm really impressed with them. If you have
Right.
been to one of our cleanups before, could you raise your hand?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's
About 70%
impressive.
of the room raised
we
their
have
hand
we have
in
done
this situation.
amazing things, and I support them wholeheartedly because it's more than just the money. You have a community here of people that care, and thank you.
And I did not know we were doing the service
Next is
until
Lisa
this.
Sanchez, and following will be Bailey Zier.
we got 8:20.
Hello, my name is Lisa Sanchez, and I volunteer with River City Waterway Alliance, David Ingram and Lilia Hogan. I do want to lend my full support also for Republic Services. They are a a company that we
They're not up here,
accidentally
Ms.
ran into
Diamond.
and
That's
came
why.
into full partnership with because of Megan, and we do appreciate her reaching out to us. as a
So, due
volunteer
to time
group.
constraint, though,
We're
I'm
here to
going
clean-
to speed this up a little bit. But as you can see, basically everything was in Republic's favor. So, another couple of our drivers speak.
I'm a truck driver, not a public speaker, but I'm also a resident of Citrus Heights. Raised my family here. Love this place.
He's an
That's
awesome guy,
why
by
I
the
thought
way.
it's going to be easy to talk about 2 things that I love, Citrus Heights and Republic. Hearing all the comments, I think what I should talk about, the vice mayor talked about it in her report, every day I have
Yes,
residents
you're
telling
gonna see
me
some right here.
thank you and that we appreciate you and all that kind of thing. Thanks for going the extra mile for us. So I get that every single day. I'm sure all of my drivers do. Also, I'm the trainer, and so I've trained about half of our team. Republic is big on safety. It's been number one. I've worked with a number of leadership teams, and they just continue to
Especially
amaze
one over
me
his right
by
shoulder.
always doing the right thing. So that's what I got.
Thank you.
And following Gavin Ayers will be Brian Morris.
Hi, my name's Gavin Ayers. I live in Citrus Heights. I've lived here for 26 years, and I also work for Republic Service the last 10. Republic Service is a great company. We all, everyone's my neighbor. I live on route because I'm always there. And I grew up in Carmichael, so I've seen Sacramento County as it was, and I watched Citrus Heights grow and become something bigger and better. And Allied Waste was there, and we still have guys that are from Allied Waste that work with us. And we keep working hard to keep it going. They train the other guys. Republic Service is a great company, and I wish to stay with it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys, the
Following
next
Brian
contractor
Morris
push us
will
all
be
out.
Aurelia Walker.
Right.
Good evening. My name is Brian Morris. I teach 7th grade here in Citrus Heights at
This man was also in favor of us too, but I want to point something. I want to get to. So this is one of our ops guys. Again, like I said, mostly everybody here that spoke was in favor of us. She was talking about going out to bid. This is our ex-GM who is representing a rival, the FFC, out of Placer County. But I want to get us to this interesting clip here. Let me find it. This guy here is from the Rancho City Council. I want you guys to hear what he says here, and put your opinions in the comment here. What he says, because this is actually interesting.
So let me just start off by saying you guys are all awesome, and everything you do is right. And I don't think you hear that enough. Once again, you guys are awesome, and everything you do is right, no matter what anyone says. My name is Garrett Gatewood. I am also one of your counterparts from the city next to you. I wondered why we all had to do the trash contract at the same time. It looks like we signed up at exactly the same time. That makes sense. So here's what's getting ready to go. You probably didn't know this about me, but I was born in Citrus Heights. I went
I'll let him
to
talk, and then I'm gonna give us commentary afterwards.
Skycrest, then Dewey. My dad taught at Samhain High School for 43 years. Mr. Gatewood, if you had him, I apologize in advance. And I love this city. We are known for being very innovative in Citrus Heights, and there's no reason why you shouldn't take this to RFP. Now, we took it to RFP in council, and we had them compete for our business. And I'm not going to tell you who we chose. You can guess, but because that's a business in Rancho. But have them give their best foot forward. If they're the best fit, then they're going to come with the best thing for you guys. There's no reason why. I know staff thinks there's extra money, but in the end, the savings alone, might be a little bit more expensive than you guys, but we also include street sweeping in ours. So you can ask for anything you want. You don't have to go up, Tim. You can keep it at that price, because whoever wants the business, I bet you they'll give you the price you want and the services. And I would also say include education, include scholarships like we did, include everything you want, because this is your one chance, especially if you're going to make it a 10-year contract. Make them really compete for you. You'll have 3 or 4 amazing opportunities. I always choose the hyperlocal, but this is the chance for Citrus Heights to really not only maybe even cut costs, but find other services that you guys have always wanted your trash company to provide. Thank you for your time.
Okay. I mean, it is an interesting conversation, what he does make and everything else. And honestly, I don't disagree with him. I don't. But he originally voted for us when the first wave of voting, because one of the city council members of Rancho had to excuse themselves because they were being possibly too close affiliated to Atlas. So originally him and one other council member voted in favor for us, while the other two, the city and vice mayor, voted against us and for Atlas in the last time. He changed his vote and everything else. Again, that's politics. Don't hate him for it. But what he says and everything else, like I said, isn't wrong. And as a leadership role and everything else, I agree with him, and I agree that But when it comes to pockets and when it comes to abilities, Republic beats Atlas in all departments. That's just my opinion, though. But I am very biased because I work for them. And I did work for Atlas, too, and Atlas is a small company, and they don't have deep pockets. So, yeah. So, now I'm going to get to the other part here. This is our current GM right here that's talking. Again, like I said, everybody kind of did voice it, but now I want to get to this one typical part here before we call it a night on the one city council woman that actually, here she goes, right here. Not her. She's actually
There can't be anyone in the household who can take the carts out. But if your
talking about
household
disabled
doesn't
clients,
have someone who
but-
can, then you are eligible for the program. You just need to contact Republic Services and let them know, and then they'll set you up for it.
If you think of anything else, okay. Councilmember Middleton.
Okay, I don't know how many of my colleagues took the time to read the contract that was between the city of Rancho Cordova and Atlas, but, I did.
I didn't get one.
Well, gotta go Google. Go to Google and go pull up people's meeting minutes and be nosy, because I'm nosy.
I don't think my printer holds all that paper.
I killed a tree, so we gotta plant one, right?
Sure did.
So as I'm going through it and I'm thinking about sending this out to the street, to do an RFP, the concern becomes the best and final offer between your Republic and Atlas ended up being, on average, about 12 cents, right, per household. So that's where I say, well, price is really not negligible. We already have low prices. They're not beating on price. Sending it out to an RFP would really have to be considering community impact. And I thought that sitting here tonight, I'd be like, oh yeah, we're going to hear some stuff about, folks, we don't have enough community involvement. We're not hearing that. We're hearing that we have a ton of it. So let's talk about innovation. Let's talk about where we can improve things. And I think that 60 days is a good opportunity
Willing
for
is
us
right
to
on
see
that one, Sack Waste.
if we were to
One
implement
person films it,
some of the things
somebody
that
else is gonna
are in
find
this
it.
contract. If give Republic the chance to see what they can do. So this is a solid contract. I mean, half the work's already done for us.
What's in there that's something we would
Well, there's some
want-
stuff in there I don't like, but I'm not going to talk about that.
Well, it's specific elements, so maybe there's something in there that.
The only thing that I could see was like the street sweeping. They do have local recovery, right? So they don't have to drive 133 miles, right? So there are bits and pieces of this that we can take and see what our current provider can do. I'm all about working smarter, not harder for our community. If there's already a roadmap and we kind of got an idea of what's going on, and people in Rancho seem to be mixed reviews, they're kind of
They've had, just like
They
us,
don't
they've
like
had the same
Atlas.
provider all this
Right.
time, as they just renewed theirs, right? With
They
the same
did.
Guy, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that I would lean more to giving an opportunity for 60 days to take a pause and say, hey, right now's your opportunity to tell us
Nice.
out of this contract and whatever else we determine out of all this other stuff, what can you make work? How can we make this even more impactful for our community? Because I haven't heard anything tonight from folks who want us to go out for an RFP to say that this is where the deficit is. No one's saying that it's broken. But I also want to make sure that if we're only paying $34 and some change a month, right, that if we can get more from Republic, that's probably the best way to go. And if we can't get what we want, they can't come back with something that really makes sense and really shows us, hey, we're out there being aggressive. We really want your business. Take it to the street. We already know. We already know.
Okay, Vice Mayor.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, as you can see, she's very intelligent, and she did the homework. Most council members, when it comes to these contracts, don't. So hats off to her. And that's the truth, though. Residents of Rancho Cordova are not happy with, at least everybody I've talked to that I know that lives out there, are not happy with Atlas Disposal. They never pick up the customer service phone. They charge them for everything. And Republic does basically everything for almost bottom dollar or no cost at all. Not to mention all the community outreach they do too to help these nonprofits and everything else. And those are things too as you want to take into consideration, especially the public and people that live in your city. So that's why the decision was made to just try to negotiate with Republic first, and then if it doesn't work, they'll send it out. So just wanted to give you guys basically the highlights of what that was. So what does that mean right now? So it basically means the ball's in Republic's court. It is their ball to fumble, or is their ball to score. We'll definitely have to wait and see. This is supposed to take 60 days, so by January we should have some meeting or something that will come up again, and they'll make their decision there based on what they want to do, in which we'll obviously be covering that as well on the channel. So that is basically it for tonight. Tomorrow night we will be doing maybe a gaming live stream. We got some other content that I'm working on. Obviously, I will try to see if I can film tomorrow since the weather's supposed to be better. And that we are now in leaf season. It is heavy as hell. So you're going to see a lot of lids, a lot of green waste getting picked up tomorrow. So, alright guys, I am Trashman Matt. This is the Trashman Matt Show. I will see you guys tomorrow evening, and we'll have some more fun and updates for you. Have a good night.